Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today I'm using Dollar Tree decal to make 3 signs: faith, hope, and love.
And this is a decal I found at the Dollar Tree in the decal section, and I think this is absolutely beautiful. Let's get started.
Before I got started on my projects, I grabbed the decal and just separated all the words and the little designs that came with them. For this project, I will be using this sign that has a little border inside of it, and the first thing I did was carefully remove that little inside border and sand it down on top and bottom, and then I did sand down the actual sign. The reason I'm doing that is 1, to remove all the glue that was on there, and 2, to prepare the surface for the paint. I always like to sand things down so the paint grabs onto whatever I'm painting just a little bit better. Now I'm grabbing my chalk Rust-Oleum paint in linen white and I'm going to give my sign 2 coats of that paint. Next, I'm grabbing the black chalk paint and I'm going to give my border 1 coat of the chalk paint. As long as it covers everything, 1 coat is more than enough. Next, I'm grabbing these 3D dot stickers from the Dollar Tree, and many YouTubers have been using these lately. And I'm grabbing a paint marker from the Dollar Tree, that silver one I'm using right now. And it was good for the first coat, but by the second coat, it dried on me. So I did use that Sharpie to give it a second coat of the paint. These dots turned out so good. Now I'm just grabbing them and just sticking them on 4 corners of my little border. And if you want, you can definitely hot glue them, but they stay just fine just sticking them on like that. Now that our frame looks all high-end and beautiful, I'm just grabbing it and hot gluing it to the center of my sign. Then I'm grabbing my faith sticker and carefully trying to center it and stick it to the center of my sign. With this sign, I decided to stop right there, not decorate it. I think it's just so simple and stunning. It does not need anything else. And that would be it for our faith sign. This video is part of a collaboration that is hosted by Crafty Lini and myself, and it is called In His Name Collab. All of these talented ladies got together and we are doing a faith-based collab for you. After you're done watching this video, there is a link in the description box under playlist. Click that playlist and you can see everyone else's beautiful creations. For this project, I will be using this Dollar Tree sign, and it's actually printed on, so it's nice and smooth. And for the paint, I will be using this Martha Stewart. It is a matte pink chalk paint, and the color is seashell. And I think it is just an elegant pink. So I am going to give it 2 coats in the front and all the sides. After my sign was completely dry, which was about an hour and a half after I did the 2 coats, I'm bringing in this green, and by Martha Stewart, it's Antique Sky, and I know it's not blue, but yes, it's this gorgeous light sage kind of green color. And I dry brush by grabbing the paint, wiping it against the napkin, then going on my surface, and I'm going to be very lightly dry brushing it over the pink. This is to give it dimension. Dry brushing doesn't always consist of using black or white. Experiment with 2 colors together and see how it works. In this case, we're actually going to be using 3 colors. Next, I'm going to dry brush the white in, and the white plays a very crucial role. Besides brightening my painting up or my background, it's also going to kind of give it a 3D look because the white plays with the light. And I'm doing it really lightly, and you're going to see glimmers of white here and there, but the overall look of my sign is going to look absolutely stunning with the pink, green, and the white accent in it. Now I'm grabbing my hope decal and I'm going to stick it towards the top of my sign. For the greenery, I grabbed this spring bushel that you've seen in many colors, and I'm going to be grabbing these leaves that are kind of rounded, and I grabbed 4 of them to put 2 on one side, 2 on the other, and I'm facing the ends towards the center of my sign. When I felt like the greenery was where I wanted it, I just hot glued both sides of the greenery to the sign. Next, I'm grabbing these pink flowers and I'm just going to put one right in the center in between the greenery and hot glue it in place. Next, I'm grabbing these 14mm pearls that are from the Dollar Tree and then these pearl stickers from Walmart. And the reason I chose the combo is the 14mm pearls and the stickers were the same shade of ivory and they matched real well. And I did this to cover the center. So in the center of the flower, I put a whole pearl. And then the stickers I kind of sporadically put throughout the sign. I saw my friend Crafty Laney do something similar the other day, and I thought it would look really, really beautiful on the sign. And here I'm not sticking to the same size pearls. I'm sticking different sizes throughout my little sign, and I'm not overdoing it. Just a few here and there. That's it. For this project, I will be using this Wi-Fi password sign from Valentine's. And what I did was I removed the little board and I'm just removing the jute cord. I'm not going to be filling in the holes. I'm going to save the cord and we're going to put that in at the end. Next, I need to take my tag out, so I'm just using my heat gun or embossing gun just to heat it up real well. And then when it's heated, it'll just slide off. And then after that, I'm just sanding that area down to get rid of any of the stickiness that the sticker might have left. To paint my heart, I will be using my Martha Stewart chalk paint. And this light sage green is actually called Antique Sky. I ended up giving my sign 3 coats of this chalk paint just to make sure that everything was completely covered and I was satisfied. After giving my heart sign about an hour and a half to dry, I'm coming in with some dry brushing and I'm using white chalk paint. And when you do this, you need to make sure that you are dry brushing in the same direction. So for example, here I'm going up and down or down and up with my brush. And in the same direction, I'm just going over and over and over until I'm satisfied with the amount of white paint I have on my sign. And I just want a little bit, I just want it to kind of stand out and give it that kind of elegant look. One more thing, don't forget to use a napkin. So when you're dry brushing, first paint, then napkin, and then your canvas. Next, I'm grabbing this little laser cut cross from the Dollar Tree and they come in a pack of 6. There's 3 different styles and I just grabbed one and I'm going to give it 1 coat of black chalk paint. As I'm painting, I'm also dabbing to make sure I get into all the beautiful cutout little crevices in my little cross. Before we start decorating the heart, I did want to mention that these signs, when you take that long strip off, they have these needles that hold on to that little bar that I took off in the beginning. So just grab some pliers or whatever you have on hand and take those out for your safety and to make sure you're not going to scratch the wall where you're going to hang the sign. Now it's time to bring everything together and decorate our heart. First, I'm grabbing my love decal and sticking it to the top of the heart. And then I'm grabbing the cross that we painted and I'm going to hot glue it to the right side of the heart as we're looking at the heart. Next, I'm grabbing some spring greenery and I'm just going to grab basically the greenery part of it. And I'm hot gluing everything towards kind of the bottom center of the heart because in the middle of that, we are going to hot glue a flower. For the center flower, I will be using this ranunculus flower. I hope I'm saying it right. And I'm just going to hot glue it to the center of my greenery. And it's going to pop really nicely against the green background. And I absolutely love the way this sign came out. Now I'm grabbing my jute cord, the one we took out in the beginning, and I'm going to push the little ending towards the back of our heart. And now our beautiful love sign is ready to be displayed.
And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13:13.